What's up, guys? Powerbang here, bringing you guys an update that has been requested so many times, it's making my head spin, and that is an update to the Super Queen Dark Elixir farming strategy, and that's where you drop your Archer Queen, put a bunch of healers on her, and watch her go to town as she goes into the middle of the base, takes the Dark Elixir, and laughs her way to the bank. So many people have messaged me, have commented on the videos, and asked, is Super Queen dead? That's been one of the biggest frets or worries that people have had, is that their farming method that they've all come to know and love is no longer viable. And the good news, guys, is that it is still viable. It is a little bit more difficult. We're going to go ahead and look at some attacks right now. We'll look at my attack log. As you can see, we've got all kinds of Dark Elixir, being taken down by the Super Queen, and, just overall just killing it on the loot. So I'll show you guys a few of these replays, and we'll look exactly at what's going on here. So on this base, you'll notice the Dark Elixir is up there in the top right portion of the core, along with that Town Hall. So I decided to go into the bottom because there's kind of that natural funnel with the, the open Southern Teaser style. So I'm going to drop a jump spell on the mortar at the bottom of this point right up there. So the Queen's just working her way in. I've chosen to bring 8 healers. Now, guys, there is diminishing returns on heals after 6 healers. So you're not going to get quite the healing power that you once did with those healers, but at the same time, a little bit's better than nothing, and I found that when I put 8 healers on an Archer Queen, she still is able to stay up. Now, not quite as many defenses are able to be tanked at the same time as there were before. However, what you want to make sure that you do is bring a rage spell into every single raid that you go into. You'll notice here the Queen's, obviously she ate a giant bomb there. You'll have to use that ability, and that is where the rage spell comes down. Now look at the healing power that comes out onto that Queen. She's sitting at full health. Now, granted, I think the level cap that you can do this with has risen. I think you'll probably need a little bit higher level Queen. I know people in my earlier videos were saying, oh my gosh, I was doing this with a level 1 Queen or a level 5 Queen. I don't think that you're going to be able to clear buildings fast enough in order to make this worth it at that point. So we'll go ahead and start to fast forward. The Queen is going to get that Dark Elixir storage and take out the air defense here, but you'll notice she does take a little bit of damage, and we end the raid. So she's going to have to repair for probably 25 minutes or so while we're cooking that next army. So a little bit of, higher damage coming in makes it a little bit harder to be completely successful with that Super Queen. So we'll take a look at the next raid here. This is again, Dark Elixir storage directly in the center of the base, Town Hall right behind it. I've chosen to come in from the DE storage side, so what I'm doing here with the archers is I'm making that funnel, and guys, the army composition that I've been using has been 8 healers, 8 wall breakers, and 92 archers for a 220 space army camp. So for Town Hall 9 maxed army camps, you're going to bring that 92 archers, 8 wall breakers, and 8 healers. Now, for your spells, if you cook up 2 rage spells and 2 jump spells, and then once you have that prioritized, or once you have that cooked, prioritize the rage spells because you're going to be using those more often than the jumps. Ideally, you'll want to be able to use your wall breakers to help get into the base. As you'll see right here in the video, I failed on the first layer, but I wait for those mortars to land right here, and the next set comes down. And right there, they're able to squeak in, open up that wall, and that's going to help that Queen get in a little bit further. So the key, guys, is to remember to funnel and continue to secondary funnel. You'll see those archers come in late to help that cannon go down. But here comes the Clan Castle troops. Having a poison spell on hand is important just to take out these troops. You'll see how they go down with the help of that poison spell really quickly. The rage spell goes down there to go ahead and help those healers keep up healing that Queen. She locks onto that Dark Elixir storage, and what I decide to do, she's going to walk off to the left, and I'm going to trail my king in a little bit late. And when my king trails in, I see that she's not going to take the jump. The king's job is to go ahead and take that Town Hall. And the reason that's important, guys, notice up in the top left, there's still 512 Dark Elixir available. Now, the way the new mechanics work in Town Hall 11 update is that Town Hall is now worth like 20% of the Dark Elixir total inside the base that's in the storage. So no longer is getting the DE storage alone good enough. So we want to make sure that you can enter the base from an angle where you can take the Dark Elixir storage and the Town Hall down. Let's go ahead and look at a couple more. So here is another one that we just did here. Again, that dark elixir storage is up top, kind of all by itself, and we're just going to create a nice little funnel so the queen walks to this archer tower in the middle, and then we're able to go ahead and drop a jump spell to get over the wall and get her in that moat. We want to be able to take out that dark elixir storage and also get that town hall taken care of. So we'll kind of fast forward. Those healers, again, working 8 of them on the queen. I know a lot of people have been doing this with 6, where there's not as many diminishing returns. Wall breakers come in to open up the wall. They do a nice job with that. And there she goes. She's going, straight into the base. She's going to have to backtrack just a little bit here to get that barracks that was left up right here. But then the jump spell goes down, and she's going to go ahead, clear some buildings. Ignore the jump spell since, nothing is close enough. So a little bit of a wasted jump there. But she is going to bang her way through the wall, get to that town hall, and then once we get through that, it's looking pretty good. Golem comes out, decide to drop the rage spell to continue getting that town hall. She's still at full health and not a whole lot of defenses if you look. So I dropped the king, and it's not necessary, but I found some extra dark elixir in the drills there on the outside of the base, and was able to pick that up with no issue. And then in the raid, the queen's at full health, and we go ahead and start on the next one. So that's 2,800 DE in the pocket. We'll look at one more, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a live raid for you guys. This is one that I just did here just a second ago, and the same thing happens here. I have a little bit of trouble with the wall breakers because the side that I chose to enter from, I went at the DE storage with that town hall right behind it, so I knew I was going to be able to get it pretty easily, just having to get through these initial 2 compartments. But, when I started sending in my wall breakers, unfortunately, a couple Teslas popped up and fried them pretty easily, so I wasn't really able to get into the wall. And the queen's going to start to walk here, guys. Now, the beauty, I want to show this raid for a specific purpose. I tried to save the funnel here before she got to the edge and went around the corner because I wanted her to go back and target this elixir storage or that Tesla. She starts to go around, so I went ahead, dropped the rest of my archers to kind of break the funnel off, and then I got the king going too, and the goal there was to clear out those buildings, and then a jump spell is going to go down to get her to go into that compartment and lock onto that air defenses. That's now the closest building. So once that's happened, she's going to go ahead and clear kind of everything. And my point by showing you this one, guys, is with that extra 30 seconds that's available in the war timer now, you've got 30 extra seconds to work with. That means you don't have to panic as much trying to get that queen to the dark elixir before the time runs out because you've got a really significant more period of time to go ahead and work that queen through the base. So as you'll see, she's going to kind of clear these compartments, walk her way back, take out the Tesla there, and then nowhere else to go except for through the wall here, and then look at the first 2 buildings she's going to encounter. That's going to be the dark elixir storage and the town hall, which is exactly what we were looking for. So that 2,430 dark elixir, that's going to shrink down to 1944. You see there was about 400 or 500 in the town hall, and then the rest is in that dark elixir storage. That goes down, and then we're just going to go ahead and the more of a base that you can take out, guys, the higher that loot bonus is going to be. This comes into effect more in the higher leagues where that bonus is a little bit bigger. I'm currently hanging out in Crystal 2. I'm on my way up to probably Champs, just kind of testing some things out and seeing where things are at. But as you guys can see, another 2,500 dark elixir stolen, no problem at all. And again, guys, if we look at the log here, we look at the last 4 attacks, that's 10,000 dark elixir, just from 4 Super Queen attacks. So really efficient still. Obviously, you have to plan to bring a rage spell now. You still have to focus on funneling. You still have to focus on secondary funneling. But the 8 healers, the 92 archers, and the 8 wall breakers is still working for me and many others as well. So hopefully that's encouraging. We're going to go ahead and step through some bases right now. We're looking for at least 2,500 dark elixir available on a Town Hall 9 base or a Town Hall 10 or 11 where there are no Inferno towers in the way of that dark elixir storage. So nothing yet. We're going to go ahead, keep clicking next here until we find that unicorn that we are looking for. Crystal 2 is probably the worst league for loot that there is out there, so it's not the best example with regards to leagues. I would recommend doing this in the silver and gold leagues or in the masters and higher leagues. That way you guys can go ahead and either get the bonus that's associated as well, and also find those loaded bases where there's really active players at a high level. You can take that dark elixir, or you've got those people that are trying to kind of duck and hide in those lower leagues, and that's where I've been personally hanging out for quite some time, is those lower leagues in silver and gold 3, just absolutely making a killing there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video, and I will be back as soon as we find a appropriate base, and I will show you guys a live raid. All right, of course, it's just a couple more next, and here we are live. We've got, in this base, we've got a Dark Elixir storage on the top there that shouldn't be too difficult to get to. We've got a bunch of open walls here, so the funneling might be a little bit difficult to go ahead and get that down. So my goal is to get all the way in there and all the way back to the town hall. So my goal is to go ahead and get a nice little funnel going on the sides here, and the same thing is going to happen up here. That's going to give us the ability to kind of get in there with the Archer Queen, and she should not go too far astray here. I'm going to drop the healers on the right side of her because there's this air defense over there that she's going to encounter first as she kind of heads back. So we're going to go ahead and drop in some archers over here, see if we can pick off that queen before she walks too much. And I'm going to drop in some wall breakers there to go ahead and open up the wall. That should get her to head in nicely. So there that goes. We need to get this wizard tower down. Incoming troops out of the clan castle. We're going to go ahead and rage up the queen and the healers. We dropped a poison spell, and that should be enough to get those wall breakers into the core there. We're going to use rage, break them in just like so, and that is looking pretty good. Only thing that I've got a problem with right now is that air defense is locked on to my healers, which is not good. So I'm actually going to go ahead and have to rage them up a second time here because they're taking so much damage. You can see with all of that point defense in the core, it's pretty tough to keep up. But luckily, I've brought another rage, and that's going to keep this queen up. And my goal is to kind of get her through the core here. Once she gets through the first couple defenses here, things are going to kind of start to slow down a little bit as far as incoming damage. So this expo goes down, and the only thing really that's left for her to worry about is that archer tower. Well, things are looking pretty good now. We just got to go over and get that town hall at this point. And that is 420 Dark Elixir roughly. There might be a little bit in the drills too, but she's locked on now to that town hall. So we're going to go ahead and try to take that out right now, and that should give us the 50% as well as the star for the town hall. So that'll actually move us up in trophies as well. So things are looking pretty good here. We've got an air sweeper that's kind of hassling our healers a little bit. There goes the town hall. All of that Dark Elixir is good to go. We're going to go ahead and take out this elixir storage as well, and then probably the gold, and then we'll go ahead and call it. We've got some incoming damage here from the Teslas, and we're going to go ahead, take those out, let those healers get that queen back up to full health before the end of this raid. So guys, this is kind of how it's done with the Super Queen. Obviously, you can see it's still viable. You just might have to take make sure that you're stocked up with rage spells. One at the minimum. You can always leave the raid. Obviously, I'm going above and beyond here. But again, it's going to be another 2,500 Dark Elixir in the bag. So we'll end it here. 2,510 and then 136,000 gold, 102,000 Elixir, and then 48,000 a piece of the bonus. So if you're looking to farm Dark Elixir, this is still a very, very good way to do it. You can see the army and the spells were paid for with the bonus and the elixir gain through this raid. So hopefully, guys, this has been informative. Give it a shot. If it's not for you, obviously there's other methods out there like Jai Barch that you can go ahead and try. But for those that have a decently leveled queen and are still looking to do that super queen farming, it's not dead. It's still working just as much as before, although now it's not quite as much of a no-brainer because you can actually die with 8 healers on your archer queen. So guys, Powerbang, signing out till next time. Take care. Right up the gut of this base, assuming that wall is open, and you'll notice we brought 3 wall breakers to make that happen.